They can't buy toilet paper for their firefighters, and what's the image? Or we've got a number of really well-meaning groups who bring in a bunch of high school kids to clean up a park on a Saturday for credit for their high school. And you can see the attitude is like, we're going to make a trip to Guatemala. I mean, we're going to go help these poor, unfortunate people. They come into the neighborhood, they start cleaning up, they look around and say, why don't people here clean up their own parks? Don't connect with the neighborhood. And we've had times when people have come in for the suburbs and planted trees in an area where the neighbors didn't want them. So when Chris shows up and comes in and says, I'm going to bring in a bunch of people from this suburban church, I said, yeah, great, Chris, okay. Happy to do it, that was it. And he started spending time in the Cody neighborhood. And my staff came to me and says, you got to come out and see what's going on here. These folks are in the neighborhoods. They're talking to the neighbors. The neighbors are engaging with them. They're planning this thing together. And so I said, I don't really believe that. So I started coming out, and what they accomplished was amazing just in the physical transformation. What was more amazing is people from the neighborhood, Chris, he knows their names. He knows the students' names. He knows the teachers' names. His volunteers are knowing each other. They're talking to each other with respect. I almost teared up watching it. If you drive the Cody neighborhood today, it is just remarkable, the physical transformation, because what they did was they didn't come in and do a cleanup and leave. They got a neighborhood engaged, brought some resources in that were needed, but combined with the talents of the people in the neighborhood, and it is a completely different place. And if you want to think about in his personal life, Chris and Andrea bringing their kids, moving from Westland here, okay? These are leaders who have bridged the suburban city divide in a remarkable way. So when he said he was going over to Denby is also very personal to me. My niece Milana, who's 22 years old, she's about that high, she teaches 11th grade at Denby. Okay? She graduated from Northwestern, joined Teach for America, got assigned to Detroit. She's been teaching 11th grade English at Denby for the next 2 years. She and her husband have just bought a house on the east side of Detroit. Now I can tell her she's from Cleveland. Her father was not terribly excited when she said she was going to teach 11th grade at Denby. But she comes home with the most powerful stories of people achieving. A lot of times they don't have a lot going for them, but working really hard to achieve. And if you haven't seen the defense that was talked about earlier, where these kids come in their senior year and they stand up, I've been there, they stand up on an auditorium stage and talk about their 4 years of experience and what they've done, it is so powerful. And so the reason I'm here is that this is just, I think, one of the most extraordinary initiatives I have seen. I mean, just look around the room. This isn't a case where you write a check and you're not otherwise engaged. This is a case where the community's designing the park. You know the pride they're going to have? The Cody folks feel like they did it, and they consider Chris family. The Denby folks are going to feel like they did it as well. And
they will.
Right? You will have done it, right? You guys have decided it, you're going to do it. And so I would just say to you this, if there is one thing for you to support, this will not just transform a neighborhood, build a park, but it'll go a long way toward the understanding between city and suburbs, and I hope you'll help them out. Thank you.